Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Thomas if you're brand new, and I make style and hair related videos every single week here on YouTube. So if that's your kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button and come and visit me every single Monday. That little wink is getting incorporated everywhere these days. All right, so today we are doing another Q&A. Again, on the community feed on YouTube, you guys just keep smashing the questions, and I really love how engaged you all are. And again, we've had like 93 questions come in. So on the other Q&A, I did 10 of them. In this Q&A, I'm gonna do another 10, and who knows, next month I might do another 10. But this round of questions actually came in after I had picked the ones that I did in my previous Q&A. So the questions just got so much better. Sorry to everybody that was in the other one, but like these ones are really interesting, and I've actually got more hair-related questions for you today. And what I'm gonna do to save you like losing interest in the video, I'm gonna read out the types of questions I'm gonna be answering, and then we're gonna go through and answer them all. All right, so what have we got in the question lineup? We've got how to deal with people who tell you to cut your hair during the awkward phase, how students can make their hair look shorter when they go to school. We've also got appropriate products for sculpting longer hair. We've got when to use oils on wet or dry hair. When does the awkward stage actually finish? We've got, will I ever date a subscriber? How often I change my hairstyle? What religion do I follow? My process for upkeep on an undercut man bun. We're also gonna be covering if there's a way to see what your hair would look like fully grown out before you actually go through with it. So we've got an interesting lineup of questions, and I think it's about time to get into it. Okay, so in total, I have picked 10 questions, but there's 2 special mentions that I wanted to do just because I couldn't believe how much influx there was around these 2 topics. So in the Q&A feed on the community section of my channel, lots of people asked about how to deal with frizz and how to like control wavy hair, or how to make hair wavy and curly. Now, I've done so many videos about those, and it's really astonishing that those questions come through when I post that content. So I'll leave links in the description box about that, but it was just ridiculous the amount of questions I had about frizzy and curly hair. And I thought, I am posting about this. How are you guys not seeing it? So please hit the bell button if you haven't seen those videos, or if you do want curly hair content, because I get a little bit disheartened when I post something like that and then nobody wants to watch it, because the views on those are down. They're not at the level that I'd like them to be at. So I'm just wondering why, like how are you guys not seeing it? I'll leave all the resources in the description box. Okay, so question 1 is from, again, we have really funny names in the building. We've got Banana Brain Studio. How do you deal with people who tell you to cut your hair? Now, I'm guessing that you're in the awkward stage, and this is a very good question because I get things all the time, like my grandparents tell me to cut my hair. My mum tells me to cut my hair. My friends tell me to cut my hair. The bullies at school tell me to cut my hair. And you know what? Just send them this meme. It's pretty good, eh? I was at the zombie walk in Surfers Paradise, and I actually got that bit of footage on my own phone, and yeah, I'm like a sick meme creator now. No, but honestly, I would send them that meme, and then if somebody says something to you in person, I would just literally, my question back would be like, what does my hair have to do with your life? And then if they give you something like, oh, but it just looks silly, repeat the question. What does my hair have to do with your life? And if they keep giving you, like trying to divert from the question, just keep saying the question. Because really, like, your hair choices should not affect somebody else's life, and the sooner they understand that, the better. And the better to make people understand things is just keep repeating it. What does my hair have to do with your life? Question number 2. So this one is from Slam Donkey. Slam Donkey, I love that name. Slam Donkey says, hey Thomas, so in our school, students can't have long hair. So is there any method that I can use to make my hair look short? Okay, the brutal and honest truth is no. If you've got a man bun, there's no way you're really gonna be able to make that look shorter unless you wear a wig and pin it up every day, and then that's gonna even look probably a little bit noticeable because you've got all this hair underneath it. Other than that, all you can do is wear a hat. Do you know what I mean? Like, unless you can't wear a hat all the time in school. I went to a public school, and not even then could you wear your hat inside. So yeah, it's a little bit of a tight one. And yeah, if they've got strict rules on hair, there's probably no way you can get around it, and you're probably gonna have to wait until the holidays to grow it out again, or just wait until you're out of school. I know I'm meant to be providing solutions here, but I honestly don't have a solution for that because you physically cannot make it look shorter. It just doesn't happen. Brand placement. Okay, Question number 3 is from Gaga Lover 2K10. Oh, that's so clever actually. It's like 2K with a 10, but like 2010. Okay, so there, Gaga Lover's question is, what are the most appropriate products to use for long hair in order to sculpt it to stay in the same position and give it textured matte look? Well, I have a video about that. I did a video a while ago, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago now, about the Monarch matte paste from Blue Man. Absolutely gold. Go and watch that video and you'll see what it did to my hair. So I woke up with my keratin hair. It wasn't like extremely crazy, but it lacked texture. It lacked like a bit of control. And after testing out the Monarch paste, it was really, really cool. And it's also a matte finish. Blue Man products in total, like all of them, they like them to be a matte finish, except for the 5th sample. The 5th sample is a shinier one, but the Monarch, in my opinion, is my favorite for like function and smell. So get onto that. It's really, really good. Question number 4 is from Hadi L Mokdad. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. So their question is, should we put oils on dry or wet hair? This is a really good question, and I got taught from Dale, my hairdresser on Chevron Island. I got taught from her to apply it in layers. Now, it might be a bit inconvenient for people to apply it in layers, but if you want to do it properly, this is the way I got taught to do it. And it's when your hair is wet, you apply a little bit of oil, like just a smidge. Then you wait for it to get damp, so it's mid-dry. Then you add another piece, and then when it's fully dry, then you add a little bit more. But you just do it in tiny little increments. I'm not exactly sure of the science behind why that is, but I've always been taught to do it like that. And yeah, it makes my hair feel extra soft, and it does help in the defrizzing process. So, and I would only recommend using hair oil on drier hair types. Honestly, like I mention this all the time, thinner, finer hair types will usually present oily, so you don't really need to be using oil on those. And I've probably gone outside the question scope, but that's just my tips. I just talk a lot, okay? All right, question number 5 is from Kazara Digital. When you grew out your undercut, at what point did you finally feel like your hair was kinda, sorta alright? So from this question, this is like, when does the awkward phase end? That's what I'm guessing the question is. And for me, personally, my awkward stage kinda ended. I felt like the reign of awkward stage was over by stage 9. So I'd actually been growing my hair out for 9 months, and I could get it all into a man bun. There was still like bits that were sticking out, but that was probably the turning point of when I was like, yeah, all right, I can work with this, and I can actually see the benefit of going even further. I'm now at like, 16 months, which is crazy. So, and yeah, and as soon as I hit that 9-month point, I was like, all right, we got this. But every point before that, it was just very up and down, up and down. And you can go and watch all of my hair growth check-ins. I'm actually about to film one just after I film this video. Yeah, they're really, really insightful, and everybody loves them. So yeah, that's my answer on that. Stage 9. It also depends on how fast your hair grows too. So I've got lots of tips on that. Okay, question number 6 is from Osama Asan. Will you ever date a subscriber / follower or fan? Okay, this is a good question too, not hair related, but I don't see why I wouldn't if they really swept me off my feet. I'm coming to a point at the moment where in my last Q&A I actually said that like I think it's better to focus on everything that you're doing in your life right now rather than going in search and pursuit of love like a crazy woman or man. So, and where I'm at right now, I work so much and I'm really, really on the grind trying to really develop myself. So I'm not really looking for anything in particular, and I don't meet a lot of subscribers on a daily basis because most of you are overseas, but there'd be no reason for me to say no if I met a subscriber or somebody that knows my channel and if they swept me off my feet, I would say yes. But right now I'm waiting for that person to waltz in my life and they're not here yet. So if you're a subscriber and that's you, let's see what happens. But I'm not open to that. Does that make sense? Okay, question number 7 is from Dixon Daly. How often do you change your hairstyle? I know I stick to the same one because it's easy, but how about you? I'm pretty much the same, so just go back in time again. So before I even had a disconnected undercut, I just had normal hair on top of my head. Like it was just all pretty even. I didn't really do much with it. Then I went and got the undercut. It wasn't long enough to have a man bun. Then I grew it into the undercut man bun. And then now I'm at the full man bun. So over the stage of 4 years or 5 years, I've had 4 different hairstyles. So what is it? 5 divided by 4. It's like 1.25. Every 1.25 years, I usually switch it up. In saying that though, I have been growing my hair out for 1.5 years now. So this one's been the longest running one that I've had without changing it, and that's particularly because the whole growing out process is the change. So now that it's all grown out, I don't know, it might make sense for me to have it for another year. Who knows? But we'll see. But to directly answer the question, every 1.25 years, I change my hairstyle. Okay, question number 8. Tion Army. So Tion Army asks, are you religious? And if so, which religion do you believe in? To be honest, no, I'm not religious at all. I really believe in having your own set of beliefs. I feel like when I look at churches and things like that, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I see it as a group of people that all want to believe in the same thing, and I kind of look at it like a story. In my point of view, it's a story that I can't prove is factual. The same goes with evolution as well. That's also a story that I can't prove is factual. I can only really go off what I see in my real life and through my own experiences, and I feel like somebody from a group of people that believe a certain thing telling me that that's what happened, I kind of go, well, how do I know that? You know what I mean? I just feel like it's better to be in my own life and know what I know, and then make my beliefs around what I see and what I know and what I genuinely think. I don't really like having any other influence over me on what I believe in or what I like. I like it to be organic from in my own head, and that's why I'm not religious. But I don't begrudge anybody having a religion or wanting to follow something. I think it's good to believe in something. I guess my religion is myself. I'm spending my whole life trying to believe in myself. And I just want to get better and better at that. You know what I mean? Moving on to question number 9. This one is from Charlie Moore. I do like that name too. I don't know why that sounds really cool. Charlie Moore. Charlie Moore says, what do you do for the process of looking after the undercut man bun? Great channel, by the way. Thank you, Charlie. So now if we go back in time again to when I had a disconnected undercut, my main methods of looking after it was just making sure every 2 to 3 weeks I'd go and get the sides shaven or faded, and also getting a trim very frequently. Because it was shorter, I would be using more heat on it, I'd be using more products. You know, the sides, when they grow, they grow out pretty quickly, so staying on top of them is one of the things that I would do. And yeah, just keeping it in healthy condition with all of my leave-in conditioners and shampooing it regularly. That's just pretty much all the process is. It can be a pretty low maintenance hairstyle, although if you are going to the hairdresser every 2 to 3 weeks, it can be a little bit expensive. Haircuts these days are $25 to $30. And then depending on, when my hair was a lot shorter as well, I played around with so many more products. So it can be a little bit more expensive to upkeep, but they're my main tips that I would give you. So question number 10 is from Drake Kramer. Drake says, is there a way I can see what my hair would look like if grown out? I want to grow it out, but I'm nervous. That's a good question too. So in terms of looking at a projection of what you'd look like with your hair grown out, I don't know if there is an app for that, but there is an app that can change your hair color and hairstyle. I have seen that before. No idea what it's called, but I'm guessing they should have some long hair one on there for men. Maybe you should check it out. Just Google apps that help you change your hair or something like that. But I haven't really played around with them and had a look at it. I just kind of went, nah, we're growing it out, and I went forward with it. That's kind of what my mentality was. But I understand if you're nervous, and it would be really good if there was an app that did that, wouldn't it? Because then we could convince more people to join our long hair army. Right? Can we make an app? Can you do that, Kim? And that is my questions for this Q&A, guys. Very, very cool questions, actually. I enjoyed answering all of these. I didn't actually have to think too much about any of them, or I kind of put them together last night. I went, yep, we'll take that one, and that one. I've got answers for all of these, and I really hope you found this insightful. Keep your eyes posted on the community feed, because I will, every now and again when I want to do a Q&A, I'll be posting a picture just saying, hey guys, Q&A time, and yeah, we can sit down and talk about it. I'm also looking into doing premieres at the moment, so YouTube's just released a new premiere function where I can set up a premiere link, and when the video goes live, I'll be there, all of you guys will be there, and we can actually talk in the comments while we're premiering the video. I just thought it might be a really good way to engage with you guys. I'm thinking incorporating it into the check-ins, because that is the place where we talk so much. But yeah, I don't even know how I got on that. How did I start talking about that? How did I start talking about that?
Engaging.
Oh yeah, engaging. Yeah, so that's on the engagement side of things, but I also think Q&As, like we could do premieres for these as well. Like while you guys are watching the video, like as soon as it goes live, I can sit here and answer more questions or something like that. It's just a really cool way for us to interact a little bit more, which is what I want to bring more of in this community. So stay tuned for that, all right? Follow me on Snapchat and Instagram because that's probably where I'll be doing all of my mentions for any premieres that I have coming up, etc. And that's pretty much it. It's been really good reading out your messages. I really love sitting down and doing this, so thanks again. Until my next video or my next Q&A, I'll see you then, all right, guys? Have a good day and a week. Oh, have a good week. Bye.